For most of us, global warming effects sounds like something that may happen in the far-off future, but the truth is, global warming may be having an impact on your own home value right now. And here today with what you need to know about all that is Shari. Good morning. It's nice to see you again.
Thanks, John.
Maybe not under the circumstances unless I like what you say here. How can global warming affect home values?
Well, it really operates in two ways. One is by driving up insurance costs, because when an area has more and more events, be they floods or fires or whatever the damage is, the insurance premiums in that area eventually are going to go up. And when insurance costs go up, that eliminates certain buyers from that area. The other is by buyer perception. So buyers, looking at a certain neighborhood, most realtors today report that buyers are asking, is this a flood zone? Have there been any fires, wildfires in this area, that kind of thing. And those two things actually operate to impact the desirability of homes and the value and prices of homes.
All right, so now you like the home, you want to buy in that area. What can you do to protect yourself against some of these unknown risks?
Right, so for a buyer who's going to buy in a higher risk zone, you just really want to make sure you take the extra steps to do your due diligence. So that would be looking at the whole entire neighborhood for risks, what types of incidences have occurred in that neighborhood, but also looking at that particular home. There are public records. You can ask neighbors. Obviously, you can ask realtors, but you can also look for evidence yourself. For example, if a home has a basement, you can look for watermarks on the walls, or you can look to see if the owner is not storing anything on the floor in the basement. Ask why. That may be because there's water intrusion in that basement. So basically take the steps before you get yourself involved, including checking out insurance costs.
Right, and that would be the proper thing to do to try to mitigate some of these risks.
Right.
All right.
Right. Well, and for owners who actually currently own now, one thing I would say is this is not something that you should definitely worry about right now, because these areas happen to also be more desirable areas. So it's just human nature that, if you can afford to buy there in the first place, you can probably afford to assume this risk, and people are going to want to take those on. One thing that you can do if you live on waterfront property, for example, is keep the pressure on your local government to start taking steps to, prevent water intrusion in your area. You can ask your insurance company what steps you can take to your home to reduce your premiums, those types of things. And of course, this year the National Flood Insurance comes up for renewal at the end of the year, so we want to lobby Congress to extend that so that that'll keep our costs lower.
These are good things to know and to keep in the back of your mind when you need them.
Right,
when
and there are things you can do.
Right. Good to know. All right, Shari, thanks as always.
Sure.
All right.